Hey everybody, Fishman here. Welcome to the video. For those of you who have been following the channel for quite some time, well, quite some time ago, I used to build an awful lot of filters. Pretty much any variant that you can think of that I thought would be either a good idea or at least an experiment to see, how it would work out. Well, I built everything from Hobbs, trickle filters, box filters, undergravel filters, sponge filters, you name it. I have pretty much built them all. There are a few that I missed though, and now that I'm getting back into building a few extra filters for my fish room, I thought I would, try a couple of them out. And this is going to be one of them. This is going to be my new version on undergravel filters, which is a box that sits either, in the back or side or wherever you want to put it, which allows you to leave the aquarium as free as possible so you can do other things with it. This is going to be one that's not going to be powered by air. This is going to be powered by a small water pump. And the reason why I'm making this out of 1/4 inch instead of the usual 1/8 has nothing to do with how much stress this is going to be on this. It's purely because I wanted to check to see how my saw blade was doing. Sometimes they get a little worn out, a little dull, and they don't cut acrylic as well. And it's hard to tell with 1/8 because it pretty much cuts perfectly all the time. But with 1/4 inch, the saw blade has to be, quite sharp to get what you want done. And the other thing is, I want to test out, I made this overhead viewing system. This is a platform which has a system on the top for holding my camera, and it points straight down. There's some other variations of the angles and whatnot I'm going to play with later on, but I want to test that out as well. And it works fairly well. I find that the unstained wood is a little bit light, so I think I might add a oil or something to it, just A, to protect it, and B, to add a little bit of contrast. But other than that, I think it works really quite well. I'll leave a link to it to my other channel, which is going to have more of the build aspects of actually this video and that video as well. And you can go over there and have a look at it if you like and see if that sort of stuff interests you in case you want to build things. But most people who watch this are mostly into fish, so I'm just going to go into the details for why I'm doing what I'm doing for this. So as far as the build so far, it's a box, it's a small tray system. This is going to be the insert tray, which is going to have all the holes where the pipe's going to come out and everything else. And I usually drill these for 1-inch acrylic outside diameter. So that is, the first bit was just a little bit undersized, and that one is the trim bit, which brings it up perfectly to the outside, the diameter that I need, of course. And then I spend a great deal of time, actually not a horrible amount of time. That's in reality probably 20 minutes to a half hour to drill all these holes. It is probably about the only time, whenever I make anything, that I wish I had something like a CNC or something. Because it would be nice just to program this, walk off, go do something else, come back later on, and it's all done. But like I said, it's only 20 minutes, and usually when I build filters like box filters and there's a grid system like this, I usually do like 3 or 4 at a time, but I'm only building one of these. And it was fine. It was like I said, one of those things where you just don't want to stand there for too long, but having a mill really does help. So this is a long time ago I made this. It was something I experimented with to try and clean the mulm off of the bottom of bare-bottom tanks. It had another part that was attached to it, but it was roughly the size I needed for. I need obviously a connector between the water pump and the pipe for the underground filter. So it was pretty close. So I figured what I'd do is I turn this down instead of trying to either buy a new piece of machinable plastic, which I don't. I do have access to it still, but it's not something I want to spend a lot of money on. This is just something I want to throw together and test out. So I'm going to turn this down. An awful lot of plastic is just going to go in the garbage pail, but it's easy. Like I said, this plastic is, it's Delrin, and it is probably about 15 years old since I bought it. I bought it as an offcut a long time ago, and then decided to make that other thing out of it, and now I'm turning it down into this. It's, like I said, it's very easy to machine, but unfortunately, of course, I'm wasting an awful lot of material here. It's just, well, you can see it's just all over the place there. So what I'm going to do is, the part that's in the chuck right now, to the left, that is the part that's going to go down the standpipe. This is going to be where the water pump has a circular ring that holds the impeller in place, and that's going to sit in here. My initial intent was to make this friction fit, but, well, I kind of goofed a little bit. It's not important once it's all put together, because the final intent of this, this is pretty much it here, finished. And that fits in there, and of course the other thing fits on top of that. What I want to do is I'm going to have this go up to a high humidity planter, and I need to figure out how that's going to work. But for the moment, it doesn't make any difference. I just want to run it, see how it runs. That fits on there, that sort of thing. And all I need to do now, of course, is put on the riser. These are the pieces of acrylic hold the plate off the bottom and allows the water to flow underneath. One thing I did differently for this, because there's going to be an awful lot more water flowing through this, these are higher. These are raised further off the bottom than any of the other Uggs I've built. All the air-driven ones, the flow rate is so slow that it doesn't really make any difference. So, and the other thing that I probably forgot to mention earlier is the actual depth of the container, the box that this is going to fit in, is 1 inch deeper. So it's going to be more material in there. I have built some Uggs that were powered by air that also had much deeper beds, but most of them were ineffective. I still have one running on my Pleco tank, and it's been running forever, and it's perfectly fine. This one, like I said, is going to have a lot more water going through it, so I wanted to give it a little bit more void volume underneath so that it'll be more fluid through it. And that there is just a bracket to stop the sandpipe from going to the bottom, and also to hold it that in case it bows. And also I see here as I added a ring around the standpipe, not because I was concerned about the pressure or anything, but there's going to be a fair amount of torque until I build the section that's going to be going up to the high humidity planter, so I wanted to make sure it didn't snap off. So gave it a little extra rigidity, and there it is set up. Obviously this is really cloudy, but I just stuck it together now. I will do an update on this in upcoming Fisherman vlogs. And then, of course, there will be another build. A build for this that goes up to a high humidity planter. So there you go. It just turns now. Obviously, that won't change later on. Anyway, leave comments. Let me know what you think of all this, and I'll see you in the next video, and bye for now.